Hey guys, these are going to be a super quick notes, and I promise that this time. So this is just a little bit more of trig. Honestly, it is just a new button on the calculator. So looking at our learning target, it says I will be able to solve for all angles of a right triangle and apply trig functions to solve real-world problems. So we're going to do a little bit of a recall here, just a little review first so we remember what trig is. Hopefully you do after that quiz. So what is x here? So the first thing I want to do is identify my focus angle by drawing focus frank. And then label my O, my A, and my H. Now that I've done that, I'm going to circle those sides that have a variable or number. I see I have O and H, so from SO in SOHCAHTOA, I should use sine. So I'm going to write that sine of 50 degrees equals O over H, which is x over 14 here. Put that over 1. So to go back to our steps here, we determined which one it is, and we wrote our trig equation. All right, now we just need to solve for x. So I'm going to cross multiply these. I get x equals 14 times sine of 50. And if I type that in my calculator, I get 10.7. So I've now solved for x. So your steps are right here if you need that, but like I said, we just did the quiz, so this should be pretty familiar to you. It's just a little bit of a review. I'm even going to let you do this one on your own since it is a review. Alright, so these types of problems, we were always given the angle and we were looking for one of the side measures. Well, if you move your paper down a little bit, now it says we want to solve for the degree measure. So we're solving for the degree measure, and that is called inverse trig. So inverse is kind of like the inverse property, so it means opposite in math. So if you look at your calculator, let's see if this will work. Alright, right where your sine, cosine, and tangent buttons are, if you look in the blue writing above it, there is a sine with a little -1, cosine with a little -1, and tangent with a little -1. So those are going to be the inverse trig function buttons, and you get to them by pressing the second button and then whichever one you need. And on your calculator, it shows you the trig function with the little -1. So it's going to do the opposite function of just normal sine, cosine, or tangent. So to do that, you would have x as your angle measure. So we're not going to know the angles here. That's what we're looking for. So this is super easy. It is going to blow your mind. Sine x equals 0.5. Well, if I want to find x, all I need to do is pick up my calculator, hit second, sine, and then I just type in 0.5. And the answer is 30. It is as easy as that. So I'm going to write here that x equals 30. And I'm going to move the calculator over and write the buttons here that we pressed, just so you remember. So write that second. Next, you wanted to press the sine button. And then next, we typed 0.5. So you're going to hit that second button and then whichever trig function you need. So to try this one, we're going to hit the second button, the cosine button, and then 0.457. That is literally all you do. So second, cosine, 0.457. And that is the angle that we're missing, 62.8. X equals 62.8. And this is so easy, it's just blowing your mind. Alright, this one, same idea, but we've got a fraction here. So when I type that one in, I'm going to do second tangent 4 divided by 5 to have that fraction. And I get 38.7. That's it. Super easy, huh? Alright, we are going to do one problem with a picture, and then the video is done. Alright, write the equation and solve for x. So again, x is here. I'm still going to draw a focus frank because this is still my focus angle. So this is still my opposite side. This is still my adjacent side. And this is still my hypotenuse. I'm still going to circle those two sides that have numbers there because that's telling me which trig function to use. So over here we were just told what to type in. But with the picture, you have to decide on your own. So O over H from SOHCAHTOA is sine. So I'm going to write that sine of x, because we don't know the angle here, is equal to the opposite, which is 13, over the hypotenuse, which is 35. All right, so when you guys have seen something like this, I know you were used to solving after you got the picture. To solve this, it's even easier. Like I said, we are just typing it in our calculator. So x is going to equal what I get from this. So second sine, and I had 13 divided by 35 for my fraction. So I get 21.8. And you can put a little degrees mark after all these x's, those little x's we found, because they are angle measures. So this is 21.8 degrees. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful, and safe long weekend.